Hi, how you guys doing? Good morning. How about this? Thank you for joining. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. As you know, this is Devin Lockett, and this is the Peak Performance Protocol. We have a lot of things that I want to cover today. We always cover my holistic health journey as a holistic health practitioner, a certified neurofeedback clinician, and biomagnetic pair therapist, the owner of the Biomed RX Health Center and Biomed RX Neurofeedback. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. One more round of applause for all of you. I have a very, very special show for everyone today. Today we're going to be discussing two of my favorite things. Neurofeedback, which is also EEG biofeedback. We'll let the train give the train a chance to pass. He likes to blow. Anyway, two of my favorite things, neurofeedback and ORMUS, which is also known as Monatomic Gold. Now, ORMUS, this is ORMUS, right? This is a bottle of ORMUS. Now, I don't promote any specific brands. In fact, this is my first time trying this brand, so I'm not going to mislead you and say, buy this brand. But ORMUS is also known as Monatomic Gold, and it is a wonderful substance. A lot of people say that it's a consciousness-enhancing substance. A lot of people say that some people say that it makes the two hemispheres of the brain work together in harmony, work more cohesively, more in synchrony with each other. And the type of neurofeedback that we're going to be doing today, which is this is my NeuroAmp 2, which is an EEG amplifier, an electroencephalographic amplifier. It amplifies the signals of my brain. I'm going to be doing neurofeedback, training my brain at 50 hertz, which is pretty high. It's in the gamma frequency band. Now, let me make sure that you guys can hear me, that my levels are all coming up. Wonderful, wonderful. And I'm going to make sure that you can hear me very powerfully. So I'm going to double up the microphone power. Okay. Yes. There we go. There we go. How's that? How's that, huh? Let me see if I can get a little bit of praise for this, right? So, Monatomic Gold. Well, you know, before I get started, I want to thank you guys for joining me. Like I said, my name is Devin Lockett. You can find me on several channels here on YouTube. You can find me on Rumble. You can find me on BitChute. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me anywhere that someone can post. Actually, I'm on X as well, on Twitter. And I have a couple of videos I'd like to share with you. Before I do that, I'm going to share a word from one of our sponsors, which is Job Site Route. Okay, Job Site Route. Let's see here. 1 minute. There we go. Job Site Route is a mobile app that connects food trucks with construction sites. And right now, the Job Site Route app has over 1,000 construction sites here in Southern California added to the job site map. So if you are a food truck owner or if you're a food truck aficionado, I highly recommend, or if you're a contractor, if you're a construction contractor and you would like to have a steady stream of food trucks stopping at your construction sites on a daily basis, then I am recommending that you download and install the Job Site Route app.
Food trucks bring life to city streets and satisfy cravings wherever they go. But managing a food truck's route, staying connected with customers, and securing consistent parking can be a challenge. That's where JobSite Route comes in, the ultimate solution for food truck management. At JobSite Route, we've developed cutting-edge web and mobile apps that work together to optimize your food truck's journey. With the Food Truckers app, you get a GPS-enabled tool that maps out logical, efficient routes to construction job sites and recalculates as new locations are added or removed. But that's not all. The app empowers food trucks to receive pre-orders from both construction site patrons and regular street diners, process payments seamlessly, schedule estimated arrival times, and communicate directly with contractors, diners, and even other food trucks. For contractors, the JobSite Route app is a game changer. They can view the live GPS locations and route schedules of all food trucks, pre-order meals for their team, request specific arrival times to keep their crew well-fed and productive. With the web interface, contractors can easily manage their profiles, update payment information, and even organize catering events with food trucks. And for regular street diners, our civilian user platforms, StreetGrubber.com and CurbDiner.com, make food truck dining more convenient than ever. Users can discover food trucks on their route, pre-order meals for quick pickup, rate and review their favorite trucks, and connect with other foodies. The Food Truckers web interface makes business management simple. Update your profile, menu items, prices, and pictures, all in one place. We keep it affordable and transparent. Contractors, $100 per job site per month. Food trucks, $100 per month plus 10% of pre-order sales. Civilians, $100 per month for adding custom addresses to the route. With JobSite Route, everyone wins. Food trucks have continuous parking and steady sales. Contractors keep their teams fueled, and diners enjoy the best meals wherever they are. Join the revolution today. Visit us online and download the app to get started.
All right. I hope you guys enjoyed that. So, I made a couple of good videos that can explain what neurofeedback is. I've already explained neurofeedback. I do neurofeedback videos pretty much on a daily basis. And I wanted to explain ORMUS, right? So I don't want to have to go over things that I've already created on previous videos. So I'm going to share this video with you, a video about ORMUS, or what we call monatomic gold. Now, you can find this video on any one of my channels, any one of the channels of Devin Lockett channels. Just Google my name. There's Devin Lockett Voodoo Child, and Devin Lockett Reactions. And there's also the Biomed RX TV channel, which is my original channel for holistic health services and products. But right now, I'd like to give you guys just a little bit of information about ORMUS. Hi, this is Devin Lockett here at the Biomedrics Health Center with another holistic health tip. Well, actually, it's a little bit more than a holistic health tip. It's a life enhancement tip. Today, we're going to be talking about monatomic gold, also known as ORMUS. You know, when I was doing the research preparing for this video, I came to the conclusion that I will not be able to do this entire video without notes. There's just too much information. And although I have a lot of experience with monatomic gold, I can speak from my experience, but there's a lot of historical information that I have to provide you with. So forgive me as I refer to my notes as we go along. In ancient history, There are many references to the Anunnaki. The Anunnaki are mentioned in Sumerian texts, Persians, Akkadians, Assyrians, Babylonians, in both Greek and Roman mythology. And their descendants are called the Nephilim. The Nephilim are referred to in the Bible as a race of giants, giant people. And several cultures throughout the world refer to an ancient species or several ancient species of giant humanoids or hominids. The Native American tribes that are considered mound builders, is theorized that they built the mounds to bury the giants after they had killed them, because the giants were eating people and they were kind of nasty to deal with. But the ancient stories around the Anunnaki, or the visitors from the planet Nibiru, as some believe they are, talk about them coming to Earth and landing in the Nile River Valley. And the reason that they landed there in particular is because that area was rich in monatomic gold. It is believed that they actually created human beings to be slaves, to mine this gold, as it was needed some say that it was needed to protect the atmosphere of their home planet. Some believe that it has a lot of different properties that are transdimensional. And we're going to get into that in a minute. The ancient Egyptians had a name for monatomic gold. They called it mufkut, which basically means, what is it? And it is a substance that was eaten and used by pharaohs and priests in order to communicate with the gods. In the Christian Bible, the story survives of Moses, after having received the commandments from God, coming down and finding that the Israelites had created a golden calf and was worshiping it. Well, the calf historically was offensive, because the calf represented the age of Taurus, and we were leaving the age of Taurus, and Moses was the prophet of the age of Aries, which is why the Hebrews, the older Hebrews, still blow the goat's horn. But in the story, Moses commanded the Israelites to burn the golden calf and grind it into a powder. Now, if you take gold and apply fire to it, then it doesn't become a powder. It actually melts, right? It becomes molten. So there's some conjecture, some speculation that mufkut or monatomic gold is what it was created through the destruction of this golden calf. But in the biblical story, Moses cast the powder upon the water and made the Israelites drink of it. And also it was mixed in bread, and the Israelites were made to eat it. And this is believed in old texts to have brought the Israelites closer to God. Throughout the ages, monatomic gold has had many names, such as mana, or like I said, mufkut, meaning what is it in ancient Egypt, the philosopher's stone. It is rumored to have been part of the contents or the entire contents of the Ark of the Covenant. It is also referred to as the bread of the presence when it's made with frankincense, which is interesting. Gold and frankincense together. It's called the food of the light body. In Greek mythology, it's also referred to as the golden fleece. In Soma, it's called the elixir of light, and it's also been associated with the fountain of youth, as well as being called Solomon's gold and referred to in Asian cultures as chi or ki, and Indian culture as prana. In ancient folklore, or in ancient historical documents, you judge for yourself, it's been known to have many mystical powers. It's been known to be an antenna between the physical world and the extra dimensions, or an extra dimensional antenna. Because gold is an excellent conductor of electricity, ingesting monatomic gold increases the conductivity of your neurons and enables you to have superconductive powers, or to have an extrasensory perception experience, or a connection to the outer world or to the spirit world. In the terms associated with quantum physics, monatomic gold has been associated with what we call superposition, where things can be in multiple locations simultaneously, which is also called quantum location, quantum coherence, non-locality, and entanglement. Many Native American tribes believe that ingesting gold or ingesting monatomic gold gave a person the ability to levitate. And it has been well documented that monatomic gold strengthens and brightens the aura. In more recent history, it was rediscovered by a farmer in Arizona named David Radius Hudson. David Hudson discovered this substance when he was trying to provide nutrients to his cotton fields. He noticed a white substance that was depositing in the soil. He didn't know what it was, and when he gathered it up, he found that it had some very strange properties. He found that when he exposed it to the sun, that it disappeared. And it didn't just like disintegrate. If he cooled the area down where it disappeared, it reappeared, and it reappeared in the same formation. So basically exposing it to heat and light just made it disappear into another dimension and come back. There have also been tests on it using a very, very sensitive scale inside of a vacuum tube. In those experiments, the monatomic gold actually made the scale read in the negative numbers. Now, this is akin to levitation. Like I said, David Hudson renamed this substance ORMI, orbitally rearranged monatomic elements. Interestingly enough, ORMI also means tree of life in ancient Hebrew. If you want more information, I recommend you look up ORMUS, David Hudson on YouTube. There are a lot of videos about him, and there's a movie called All the Gold You Can Eat. You should also look up the Alpha Learning Center in Switzerland. The president, Sean Adam, I believe he's shares the 6th highest recorded IQ in history, as well as the Mind Spa in Georgia. The periodic table of the elements has a particular classification of elements in a transition group, and they're called noble metals. I'm going to read this off from my notes. They include cobalt with an atomic number of 27. Remember, the atomic number is equal to the number of protons in the nucleus and also the number of electrons as well. Cobalt has an atomic number of 27, nickel 28, copper 29, ruthenium 44, rhodium 45, palladium 46, silver 47, osmium 76, iridium 77, platinum 78, and gold 79, as well as mercury with 80. The agricultural uses of ORMUS is that it helps plants and fruits and nuts and vegetables grow to about twice their normal size. Now, once again, before I start getting into the health benefits of ingesting monatomic gold or even colloidal gold, I have to stress that I am not a medical doctor, and nothing that you see or hear on BioMedRx TV or Devin Lockett TV for that matter should be construed as medical advice in any form. That having been said, the health benefits. First, let's talk about colloidal gold. Colloidal gold is not monatomic gold. Colloidal gold is actually nanoparticles of gold, but it's still in its metallic state. And some people like to ingest colloidal gold just like they like to ingest colloidal silver because of its antiviral and antibacterial qualities. But before we get into monatomic gold, I want to tell you about colloidal gold. Colloidal gold is known to reduce swelling and inflammation. It's also good in combating arthritis, tendinitis, bursitis, and rheumatism. Colloidal gold is known for neutralizing and balancing negative emotions like anger, anxiety, stress, and depression. By increasing the electrical conductivity in the blood and in the body, gold is one of the best conductors of electricity. It also increases the conductivity of your neurons. This improves brain function, cognitive function. And it also improves the function of your glands. It cures chemical and hormonal imbalances and improves the function of the sexual organs. Now, when you're taking monatomic gold, you can take it in two different forms. You can take it in Ethereum gold, which is naturally occurring. It's usually found on the floor of ancient seabeds. And you can also take what is called monatomic gold, which is manufactured ORMUS gold. Now remember, the monatomic gold has a lot of other elements in it, all of the other elements that are part of the ORMUS chart. Monatomic gold is usually manufactured from volcanic or saltwater, seawater deposits. And sometimes it's made from metallic gold, from regular gold itself. Now I'm going to read off the many benefits of monatomic gold because there are too many for me to memorize and just speak into the camera. Monatomic gold promotes mental clarity. It improves focus and concentration. It's good for synchronization of the left and right hemispheres of the brain. Here at the Biometrics Health Center, we perform synchrony neurofeedback at every frequency from delta to theta to alpha, beta, high beta, gamma, and even in the high gamma range, which is where I train. And I do find that it does improve your ability to do synchrony neurofeedback more effectively. And I'm going to show the charts of that in future videos. I'm going to show the charts of my neurofeedback sessions, my synchrony neurofeedback sessions with and without monatomic gold, so that you can see the comparison. It also increases alpha production, the production of alpha waves. Alpha waves are in a frequency around 10 hertz or say 9 to 12 hertz. And that's the happiness frequency. It's also good for learning, and it boosts the IQ. It also reduces restlessness and fatigue. Because of its properties as a superconductor, monatomic gold also improves your intuition, your sense of intuition, I guess what they call the sixth sense, and your psychic abilities. Like I said before, it's an antenna to the extra-dimensional realm. It increases the production of HGH, human growth hormone, which of course makes you look beautiful and young, improves the elasticity of your skin. It's very good for your health overall, which improves your stamina, your energy, and gives you good deep sleep. Monatomic gold has been known to promote faster healing. There's a story out about a cat who had lost its tail, had its tail chopped off, but kept eating a hand cream that its owner had, which was infused with ORMUS. And suddenly, well, not suddenly, but over a period of time, the cat's tail regrew fully, as though the cat had never lost his tail. It fights chronic pain. It increases melanin production, which gives you your color back, and it also improves the quality of your skin, your fingernails, and hair. It turns gray hair back to its original color, be it brown, redhead, blonde, whatever you were when you were younger. It's been known to regrow teeth and also to get rid of bald spots, to help hair grow where bald spots once were. Without making an extraordinary claim, it's known to kind of reverse the aging process. I think that's why it's associated with the story of the Fountain of Youth. It improves concentration, memory, it expands your awareness. It's good for lucid dreaming, meditation, and prayer. Yes, prayer. It's considered food for the pineal gland. It repairs and supports your DNA, it cleans it up, and it helps to detoxify the body of heavy metals. It's good for maintaining overall health and weight management. And it raises your IQ and your sense of intuition and sensitivity and empathy for others. Like I said before, it acts as an antenna, an interdimensional antenna. So you're going to have lucid dreams, you're going to have very clear dreams, and you're going to be able to remember your dreams and interpret those dreams as premonitions to help you solve problems in your life. Now, this is just my personal advice on how to prepare for taking monatomic gold, because I think that this is something you should take seriously, and it's something that you should prepare yourself for. I believe it's good to cleanse your body, stop drinking alcohol, stop taking any drugs. I can't make any recommendations as far as your any medications that you may be on, but stop smoking pot and stop drinking alcohol and doing whatever drugs you may be doing. You want to really be in tune with yourself, and I recommend you go through a period of fasting. Go through a nice long fast and cleanse your body out. Give yourself a chance to start clean. Also, it's a good idea to sauna if you can do that. If you don't have any kind of heart condition that prevents you from sweating or taking the heat of the sauna. Like I've said on previous videos, you should stop using fluoridated toothpaste with fluoride in it, because fluoride tends to calcify the pineal gland, and monatomic gold is actually food for the pineal gland, also known as your third eye chakra. You should also avoid eating sugars and chocolates and other things that may negatively affect your energy, like caffeine. If you follow a spiritual tradition that empowers you to have the right of reconciliation, like myself, like the Catholic Church, you should do that. You should confess and you should cleanse yourself. You should also atone with the people that you love. Make peace with yourself, with the world, and with as many people as you can, and also make peace with your ancestors. It's very important to make peace with yourself and all of those that reside inside of you. Approach taking monatomic gold in the spirit of gratitude. And you should also write down your intentions before you take it. You should write your intentions down. What is it that you want? What is it you're trying to accomplish on a spiritual level and even on a material level? Monatomic gold increases your level of awareness, and so this also is going to alter or modify your thought patterns. Be ready for that, because this is a good thing. Increased consciousness and increased awareness is a good thing. Now, depending on how lost you were or how deluded you were, it may cause a little bit of anxiety. After you are accustomed to taking monatomic gold, you may want to graduate and move forward by working with a piece of moldavite, for example. Moldavite also has consciousness expansion properties, and it also has the ability to create coincidences in your life. And that is something that you're also going to find from taking monatomic gold. Coincidences do happen. If you don't already, you should develop some type of meditation practice to perform when you're taking monatomic gold. Myself, I come into the Biometrics Health Center every day and train my brain in audio, visual, and brain entrainment, cranial electrotherapy stimulation, and I follow that up with neurofeedback therapy, and that's my morning meditation before I get started. I think this is important. You should be ready to deal with the truth, and this is why it's important to center yourself with meditation from time to time. But with meditation on monatomic gold, you are sure to achieve a state of calmness, serenity, and peace. I also recommend that you add the use of haritaki. Haritaki is good. I mentioned haritaki in a previous video. I think you can find it if you click right here. As well as DMSO. I did mention DMSO in a previous video, and I think you can find that if you click right here too. I think it's also good to experiment with binaural beats. I'm going to make a video about binaural beats in the near future, but you can also look up binaural beats here on YouTube and find a lot of videos of binaural beats, which are sounds that can help promote specific brain states or specific states of consciousness. Again, if you would like to have lucid dreams, I would suggest combining the use of monatomic gold with haritaki and melatonin together, and you should also add a little bit of DMSO to that mix before you go to bed. While taking it, you shouldn't necessarily change your diet 100%, but I would avoid eating heavy foods, red meats, very starchy foods, things that are very heavy on the system. Definitely avoid a lot of sugars and coffee, caffeine, and chocolates. Well, that's all I have to say about monatomic gold for this video, and I'm sure it's been long enough. I'm going to be making more videos about monatomic gold and moldavite and haritaki and the consciousness expanding substances and supplements that we use here at the Biometrics Health Center. If you like this video, I'd like you to go ahead and hit the like button, share the video, and subscribe to BioMedRx TV as well as Devin Lockett here on YouTube. And if you would like to provide a little financial support so that we could make more of these videos, please become a patron on Patreon at patreon.com/BioMedRxTV and patreon.com/Devin Lockett. And as always, I would like everyone to stay kind, because kind is the new sexy. Stay blessed and stay healthy. Thank you for watching BioMedRx TV. All right. Thank you for watching that one. Now, that reiterates everything that I have to say about ORMUS. But there's more. There's actually more. After another word from our sponsor, let me see what I have here. There we go. We have another app, another mobile app called Labor Dia. Labor Dia is a hot app. It's a great app for contractors to hook up with day laborers. So if you don't mind, I'd like to show that to you now.
In the dynamic world of construction, where timelines are tight and projects demand agility, having reliable and efficient labor at your disposal is critical. Enter Labor Dia, the ultimate app for streamlining your workforce needs. This innovative platform revolutionizes the way contractors connect with skilled day laborers, saving time, reducing hassle, and enhancing productivity on your construction sites. Labor Dia empowers contractors by putting the control in their hands. With just a few taps, you can post the location of your construction site along with the rate you're offering for day labor. Laborers in your area will immediately see your job posting, complete with GPS indicators for easy navigation. This means no more waiting for days to find reliable workers. Labor Dia ensures you're matched with laborers who are ready and eager to work, whether that's right now or at the crack of dawn tomorrow. What sets Labor Dia apart is its seamless integration of technology to simplify your operations. The app's payment system, featuring PayPal and Zelle, eliminates the need for cumbersome cash transactions. Pay your workers directly and securely through the app, saving time and ensuring transparency. Plus, with Labor Dia's mutual rating system, you can build a network of trusted laborers. Rate workers based on their punctuality, skills, and professionalism, and gain valuable insights from laborers who rate your job postings and site conditions. This feedback loop fosters accountability and trust on both sides, creating a stronger and more reliable workforce ecosystem. Safety and compliance are at the forefront of Labor Dia's design. By offering tools for verifying worker profiles and guidance on labor laws, the app helps you maintain legal and ethical standards on every project. Additionally, features like geofencing ensure precise location tracking, so you know your team is where they need to be, when they need to be there. Labor Dia doesn't just make your job easier, it helps you run your business smarter. Use the app to track payment history, analyze labor costs, and optimize your hiring strategy based on real-time demand insights. Whether you're managing a small renovation or overseeing a large-scale development, Labor Dia provides the flexibility to scale your workforce up or down with ease. In today's competitive construction industry, staying ahead means embracing tools that simplify and enhance your operations. Labor Dia is not just an app, it's a strategic partner that empowers you to focus on what you do best: building. Don't let labor shortages or inefficiencies slow you down. Join Labor Dia today and experience a smarter, faster, and more reliable way to manage your workforce. With Labor Dia, the future of construction staffing is in your hands.
Yes, 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 yes. So, as I was saying, you guys understand ORMUS now, monatomic gold. Now I have a bottle of ORMUS. Thank you. Calm down. Here, I'm not going to promote the brand because basically this is my first time trying this brand, and I'm not going to take it, not right now. I'm going to take it later on in the video in this live session when I do my neurofeedback. I'm going to be doing neurofeedback while on ORMUS. But before we get to that, I want to let you guys know all about neurofeedback. This is the first video I'm going to cross-post. I'm going to put this video on BioMedRx TV and on Devin, Lockett. I would like the members of both of those channels to become members of the other, and for those who are not members of either to become members of both. This is the first video in our series about neurofeedback therapy. I hope you enjoy it. Neurofeedback therapy, also known as EEG biofeedback, is an electronic method of restoring the brain to its natural balance. The process of neurofeedback is fairly simple. We use electroencephalograph technology to measure your brain waves. At this time, you are either watching a movie or playing a video game. When we detect undesirable brainwave activity, and I'm going to explain what that means later, the activity is discouraged by making the movie blurry or making the screen blurry or taking away from the clarity of what you're looking at. It kind of works on the same principle as if you were reading in a room and someone were to come in and turn the light on and off. Your pupils would dilate and constrict automatically. You don't tell your eyes to adjust to light changes. Your brain is directly connected to the eyes, and that's pretty much the way it happens. Now, when you're in neurofeedback, the same principle applies, except what is responding to the changes in the screen in the movie that you're watching are the pyramidal neurons that are directly beneath the locations where the EEG electrodes are placed on your scalp. In this way, we can gently encourage the brain to work more efficiently, to conduct the same thoughts and the same mental activity with less energy attached. But I'm getting ahead of myself. These neuroscientific terms are going to have to be introduced a little at a time as we go on. In order to view the full, unedited version of this and all of our training videos, you would have to become a patron on our Patreon page at patreon.com/BioMedRxTV. A link will be provided in the description below. Before we get too deeply into neurofeedback, I want to discuss a little bit about my background. Those of you who know me know that in addition to being a filmmaker, I also have a background in biomedical engineering. I started off in the United States Air Force years ago in biomedical equipment maintenance technology, and I started this company, BioMedRx. Biomedrix has provided healthcare technology management services to healthcare providers as well as medical equipment manufacturers in the United States and over 30 countries outside of the United States. And we've been around since 1996. I've been teaching biomedical equipment maintenance in the United States as well as in over 30 countries in the Caribbean and Latin America. I've been teaching in English as well as in Spanish. Now, in the process of doing all of this teaching, I've learned that I have an ability to explain complex technical concepts in simplistic terms, in various languages. And I'm going to try to do that here with neuroscience. Now, I know that I'm going to be viewed by some neuroscience professionals, and I do appreciate constructive feedback. I am a student. I'm constantly learning myself, and I'm constantly honoring the work that's been put before me by the doctors Othmer at the EEG Institute, as well as the college training that I'm finding in neuroscience. Neuroscience is an industry that is constantly growing. We are constantly learning more and more about the brain every day. So some of the things that I put in my videos are going to be outdated very quickly, and some of the information is going to be altered or just a little bit out of date, I guess you could say, as time goes on. You're going to have to forgive me for that. But once again, if you want to view the full version of these videos, please become a patron on our Patreon page. That is patreon.com/BIOMEDRXTV or patreon.com/Devin Lockett. Now, neurofeedback basically means biofeedback for the brain. It is a process of training away dysregulation in the neocortex. Dysregulation occurs whenever we have intense emotion or boredom, which is basically ADHD, or shock, or trauma, or arguments. The accumulation of this dysregulation in the neocortex, the overaccumulation of this dysregulation is called PTSD, right? It's manifest in PTSD. This dysregulation tends to manifest itself in certain parts, certain areas of the neocortex over and over again in individuals, depending on the lifestyle that those individuals have lived. Most of us experience a lot of emotion in the parietal lobe, in the occipital lobe of the neocortex, and a lot of the troops that go overseas and fight in war, they're exposed to combat. They accumulate a lot of dysregulation here in the frontal lobe as a result of having spent a long time in a state of hypervigilance, keeping one eye open or always looking over your shoulder, or basically sleeping with one eye open. This takes a toll on the brain, okay? We've had a lot of success working with veterans here at the Biometrics Health Center in addressing post-traumatic stress disorder with the therapies that I'm about to discuss. Although neurofeedback does provide a feedback loop or a certain way to monitor the brainwave activity during the treatment, it is not a diagnostic treatment. It is a therapeutic treatment. That's a very important distinction. If you would like to get a snapshot of whatever dysregulatory patterns you may have, you may want to consult with a doctor about getting a PET scan, or there are a number of imaging, QEEG. There are a number of different type of diagnostic tools that you can use. What we're doing here with neurofeedback is therapeutic. I'm going to try to incorporate my biomedical engineering background and see if we can make some analogies between medical equipment categories and neurofeedback equipment. It's not similar to laboratory, not similar to radiography equipment. It would be similar to fluoroscopy because we are monitoring what's going on in the brain in real time, but it's akin to one part of what we're monitoring during a lie detector test. But what we are using is EEG, or electroencephalograph technology. Okay, so let's get clear on some basic terminology. When we talk about training and therapy, brain training versus brain therapy, neurofeedback training versus neurofeedback therapy, we're basically talking about the same thing. We're just talking about the purposes for which you're doing it, right? If you are coming to the Biometrics Health Center, for example, suffering from anxiety, PTSD, autism, ADD, ADHD, and stress, depression, any number of conditions that we treat people for, then the therapy that we're going through, the customized protocol that I'm going to put together for you, is going to be therapy. It's going to be neurofeedback therapy, or it's going to be brain training therapy, brain therapy. If you are coming to me as a peak performer, we have a lot of clients that are coming to improve their golf game, or to make them better at being an executive, or a better actor, or a better film director, or a better athlete. We have a lot of athletes that come to us for peak performance. Then that is considered training, okay? We have a unique protocol here at the Biometrics Health Center that you're not going to find anywhere else. We incorporate the devices manufactured by Mind Alive Incorporated. I'm going to put the URL here, Mind Alive Incorporated. It's www.mindalive.com. I highly recommend you visit Mind Alive and listen to Mr. Dave Seaver, the videos that he has online on his website, as well as on YouTube, describing the wonderful devices manufactured by Mind Alive. Here I have in my possession the Mind Alive David Delight Pro, which is a brain training device. I'm going to show you the basic components of it. It involves audio-visual entrainment, AVE, right? And AVE incorporates the use of goggles, as you can see, and headphones. Through the headphones, you will hear isochronic tones and binaural beats, and the sounds that are designed to enhance certain brain wave states in the brain, as well as seeing flashes of light in different colors, LED light, okay? That works pretty much like chromotherapy. Different frequencies for the left field of vision as for the right field of vision, which are designed to entrain the left and right hemispheres of the brain, okay, into certain brain states. The most significant part of the David, I believe, and the other Mind Alive products, I believe, is the CES, or cranial electrotherapy stimulation. With CES, we place these clips on your earlobes, okay? We deliver a very mild calibrated pulse of electricity, of changing, varying polarity, okay? And this pulse stimulates the brain, the various parts of the brain, to produce your endorphins in perfect balance. Epinephrine, norepinephrine, and most importantly, serotonin. Serotonin has a lot to do with self-esteem. Serotonin is a very, very important endorphin. And this device is very, very effective at increasing the effectiveness of neurofeedback. I would say that the combination of CES, AVE, and neurofeedback is much greater than the sum of the parts, the sum of their parts, the sum of its parts. I don't really know how to say that, but it's very effective to do in combination. That's the most important thing you should draw from this. Okay, with neurofeedback, we are using the primary instrument we're using is a neuroamp. This is an EEG amplifier, an electroencephalograph amplifier. We are using channel 1 and channel 2. It is a 2-channel amplifier. When we're using single channel amplifier, we're only using this half of the amp plus the ground, and we're only using 2 probes, okay? And we can do a lot of very effective training with single and double, okay, with both 1 channel and 2 channel. So when we're doing 2-channel, we are usually synchronizing the left and right hemispheres of the brain with each other, which brings me to another subject. With neurofeedback, we are, oh, and by the way, of course, you know the probes are plug into here, okay, the electrodes, right, plug into here, and then on the other end, they're connected to the scalp, okay. We have three different disciplines that we use for neurofeedback. One is infralow, where the reward frequency is very, very low, 0.01 or 0.001 hertz. Okay, and this is very effective at getting rid of dysregulation in the neocortex. It's very effective at addressing autism, ADD, ADHD, anxiety, stress, depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, addiction, and a lot of other conditions, helping people to stop smoking or lose weight. It is very good for for regulating the dysregulation in the neocortex. We also use alpha theta neurofeedback. Alpha theta uses two reward frequencies, one being alpha in the 10 hertz zone and the other being theta around 7 hertz. While being in the alpha and theta frequency zones at the same time, you are able to take things that are in the subconscious mind, repressed memories, repressed emotions, and bring them into the conscious mind gently. The alpha theta state is the desired state for hypnotherapy. Most hypnotherapists, what they're trying to do is put you into the alpha theta state. But the act of hypnotherapy is a little bit stressful because the hypnotherapist is deliberately overloading the subconscious with, overloading the conscious mind with message units so that the person goes into fight or flight mode and the critical faculty is relaxed, giving the hypnotherapist access to the subconscious mind. With alpha theta neurofeedback, we don't have to put the client under so much stress. We can access the alpha theta state very gently by use of neurofeedback therapy, and we can combine alpha theta neurofeedback with self-hypnosis. We have a huge library, over 3,000 titles of self-hypnosis that we use in combination with alpha theta to help our clients. And we also have synchrony. Synchrony is where we use the entire spectrum of frequencies to train the left and right hemisphere of the brain to work in synchrony with each other. I was illustrating your left and your right to work in synchrony with each other. And with synchrony, we can train in the alpha and the theta zone and the beta zone, the high beta, the gamma zone. Most people choose gamma. I choose gamma. And we can train from 0 up until 40 and even beyond 40 hertz. So those are the three protocols that we use within neurofeedback, plus brain training that we use with the Mind Alive devices. I highly recommend visiting www.mindalive.com and www.eeginfo.com and learning a little bit more about the therapies that are produced by both the ORMUS at the EEG Institute and by my friend Dave Seaver up in Canada at Mind Alive. One more subject I'd like to touch on before I end this video is the anatomy of the neocortex, the anatomy of the brain, or at least the outer part of the brain. We are dealing with three primary locations. One is the frontal lobe, okay, right here. The frontal lobe is associated mostly with executive control and inhibitory control. The parietal lobe is right here at the top of the back of the head. That area is mostly associated, we train that area when we're dealing with emotions, emotional control, and physical tension, emotional and physical tension. And then right here in the back, we have the primary visual cortex and the occipital lobe, okay? The occipital lobe, of course, is in control of what you see, okay? And it also has to do with a little bit of emotional affect as well. We also have the temporal lobe, okay? Temporal lobe also has a lot to do with emotions. And a lot of times we train the temporal lobe, like on the right-hand side especially, T4, P4 is a very good pair, a good location for helping to loosen people up emotionally. We're going to get into this more in future videos, but I just wanted to touch on the areas of the brain, the basic anatomy of the brain, and the basics of the frequencies that we use to train the brain in neurofeedback therapy, and also introduce you to the other aspects of brain training that we are employing, such as the Mind Alive David, audiovisual brain entrainment, cranial electrotherapy stimulation, which is extremely important, and hypnotherapy. We also do a bit of hypnotherapy here, belief reformation. We're going to be talking about a lot of this later on in the series. But thank you. I wanted to thank you for joining me on this video, and please subscribe to our Patreon, become a patron on our Patreon channel, patreon.com/BiomedRxTV or patreon.com/Devin Lockett TV. And if you are a member, if you are subscribed to Devin Lockett, please now subscribe to BiomedRx TV. And if you are subscribed to BiomedRx TV, please subscribe to Devin Lockett. And if you are not subscribed to either, please subscribe to both. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video. All right. Another one for that. There we go. Thank you. So I hope you guys enjoy. Now you see I'm hooking myself up with my neurofeedback. Let me wait for the crowd to calm down. Now you see I'm hooking myself up with my to my neuro amp, right? My electroencephalograph amplifier. We're going to have one more word from our sponsor. A couple of more words actually, but let's see here, and we're going to have one more word from our sponsor, then I'm going to show you guys another video which discusses combining neurofeedback with ORMUS in a more technical fashion without the demonstration that I'm about to give you when that video is done.
Imagine a world where finding your next job is as easy as opening an app on your phone. LaborDia is here to make that vision a reality, connecting hard-working day laborers like you with construction contractors who need reliable workers. Whether you're looking for work today or planning ahead for tomorrow, LaborDia gives you the tools to take control of your schedule and secure steady opportunities. With LaborDia, there's no more waiting at street corners or relying on word of mouth. Instead, you'll have instant access to job opportunities right in your area. Contractors post the location of their job sites along with the rate they're offering, and you can RSVP to the jobs that fit your skills and schedule. The app's GPS integration ensures you can easily find the job site, so you'll always know exactly where to go. One of the best parts of LaborDia is its commitment to fairness and transparency. All job postings clearly display the pay rate, so you know upfront what you're earning. The app's built-in payment system, integrated with PayPal and Zelle, makes getting paid simple and secure. No more waiting for checks or dealing with cash. Your money goes directly into your account. LaborDia also empowers you to build your reputation as a skilled and dependable worker. Contractors can rate your performance, helping you stand out and get chosen for more jobs. But it doesn't stop there. You can also rate contractors, ensuring they provide a safe and fair working environment. This mutual rating system helps create trust and accountability on both sides, making LaborDia a community where quality work is rewarded. Beyond connecting you with jobs, LaborDia is designed to support you in your career. Use the app to keep track of your work history and payments, making it easier to manage your finances and plan your future. And because LaborDia is accessible on your smartphone, you can find and secure jobs anytime, anywhere, right from the palm of your hand. LaborDia is more than just an app. It's your partner in success. We understand the challenges day laborers face, and we're here to make your work life easier, more predictable, and more rewarding. Join Labor Dia today and take the first step toward a brighter, more secure future. The opportunities are out there, and with Labor Dia, they're right at your fingertips.
All right. There you go. I had to speak to someone for a second. Now I want you to watch one last video here. This one is about neurofeedback and ORMUS. It kind of gives you a technical explanation about what I'm about to demonstrate as soon as this video is done. Hello, this is Devin Lockett here at the Biomedrics Health Center, and today's video is going to be about doing synchrony neurofeedback while taking monatomic gold, also known as ORMUS. Here at the Biomedrics Health Center, we perform different therapies to help people find a higher quality of life. One of the therapies that we do is neurofeedback, also known as EEG biofeedback. I did another video about neurofeedback and brain training, and if you click here, you can see it and check it out. I go into the tenets of neurofeedback, what we do, the different modalities, infra-low, alpha theta, and synchrony neurofeedback. Now today I'm going to be talking about doing synchrony neurofeedback at a pretty high frequency while taking monatomic gold, also known as ORMUS. We're going to get into the details after this message from our sponsor.
Gold label quality Biomed RX CBD oil is made from organic hemp that is locally grown, glyphosate-free, gluten-free, non-GMO, homogenized, third-party tested, and CO2 extracted. Visit www.biomedrxcbd.com.
All right, now, monatomic gold, also known as ORMUS, you can find out a lot about ORMUS if you look at a previous video that I did about monatomic gold. If you look at it, you can click right here if you want to see it. Now, monatomic gold has a lot of really beneficial effects for people. One of which is that it encourages the left and right hemisphere of the brain to work in synchrony with each other better. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do an experiment. I'm going to hook myself up for synchrony neurofeedback. When I do synchrony neurofeedback, I train at 50 hertz, which is the highest frequency available in the Signet software for this particular neurofeedback modality. And we're going to do it for 30 minutes first without monatomic gold, without ORMUS. Then I'm going to give myself some monatomic gold, and we're going to do another 30 minutes. And I'm going to allow you to see and hear the session, because what goes on during the session is important. And I'm going to also allow you to see the chart that is produced at the end of the session, so that you can see the difference between how the brain responds with and without monatomic gold, or with and without ORMUS, while doing synchrony neurofeedback. Okay, so first, what I'm doing right now is I'm preparing myself for neurofeedback. I'm putting the probes on my frontal lobe, F1 and F2, and I'm sorry, F1 and F2, and the frontal lobe controls inhibitory control and executive control. And I'm going to put the back, I'm going to put more probes here on the parietal lobe. So we're going to be establishing new neural pathways from the frontal lobe to the parietal lobe. And we're going to be synchronizing the left and right hemispheres of my brain to work together. During this process, we have sonic feedback. You're going to be hearing what I'm hearing during the neurofeedback process. And you're going to be hearing sounds, tones, music, natural sounds like water. But what I want you to listen for are gongs. They're going to be gong sounds. Boom, boom, boom. And these gong sounds happen whenever both hemispheres of my brain are operating in synchrony with each other at the target frequency. So this is important for you to pay attention. And you're going to also watch the charts. The graphs on the Signet software are going to show the different brainwave patterns. There's going to be a different wave line for delta, theta, alpha, beta, high beta, and gamma. Now, where I'm going to be training is in the high gamma range. So there's not going to be a chart line, a graph line representing high gamma. However, on the bottom chart, there are going to be spikes. There's a different type of chart that gives spikes every time I trigger. When I trigger, that means, like I said before, both hemispheres of my brain are operating in synchrony with each other at the target frequency, at the reward frequency of 50 hertz. So I'm going to continue, I'm going to finish hooking myself up, putting the gel and the paste on my head. And then we're going to rejoin, we're going to regroup in the neurofeedback room so I can show you how it works on the software and hardware that we have set up for neurofeedback. Okay, first we prep with a cotton ball that has alcohol, right? Get the area clean. We're going to go F1, F2, frontal lobe to parietal lobe, P3 to P4. We call this protocol front to back. Start off with alcohol, then you take some new prep. New prep has a little bit of exfoliation. So it kind of, it's a little rough, but it gives you a good connection. Now, I find that bald people tend to give, it's kind of difficult to get a good connection on bald people because their skin tends to be like leather after being in the sun. The hair protects, your hair protects your skin. Okay, so this is F1, F2 to P3, P4. Frontal lobe 1 and 2 to parietal lobe 3 and 4. Take a little bit of paste. Match it all in place. After a while, you learn your way around the neocortex. In other words, you learn the different areas of the brain that you train to affect different aspects of cognitive function, thought, and behavior. As you can see, I'm applying it here. Okay. Now, this is the first in a series of videos that I'm going to be doing about consciousness hacking, because that's what this is, neurohacking or consciousness hacking. This is not, we do a lot of therapies that help people. I've helped a lot of people with anxiety, stress, depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, insomnia, eating and sleeping disorders, addiction. But This is what you call peak performance neurofeedback training, or it even goes beyond peak performance. This is consciousness hacking, neurohacking. We're actually trying to get the most out of our brains, the most out of the hardware that we have. So now you see I've got the paste and put on the frontal lobes as well as the parietal lobe, and like I said, we're going to regroup in the neurofeedback room. Okay, here we are on the screen for synchrony neurofeedback. This is one of the 3 disciplines that we perform here. We do infralow neurofeedback, alpha theta neurofeedback, and synchrony. Now here at synchrony, you can see that we've got the entire spectrum of frequencies from 0, 10, 20, 30, 40 hertz. So that means we can train in the delta, theta, alpha, beta, high beta, and gamma range, and it goes up to 40 hertz. But let me show you something. If you click here, you can slide it up to 40, right? And it stops there. But if you click on the arrow, you can inch up in 0.25 hertz increments all the way till you get to 50 hertz. Now, what I suggest, if you're going to try to train at such a high frequency as 50 hertz, you should go up in 0.25 increments, 0.25 hertz increments. All right, so instead of showing you what you've already... That's enough. Instead of showing you that particular view, which is a camera's view of the screen, I have a much better way to display it to you. And as you can see now, I have my probes hooked up, frontal lobe to the parietal lobe, and I am going to start a real session. Let's see here. Signet. There we go. All right, so what we have here is the Signet software, and I have set it for 50 hertz, which is pretty high in the gamma range. Gamma is the unifying frequency range. I think I've gone over all of this on previous videos, but it doesn't matter because I can share it with you right now. Maybe we can move this over here. All right. So as you see, the delta waves, let's take it from the bottom. Delta waves deal with deep sleep, transcendence, and restoration. Delta waves are where you are when you are in deep sleep. That's from 0.5 to 4 hertz. Above that range, we have theta waves. Theta waves are REM sleep, more associated with REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep. At the time you're falling asleep or when you're in the process of waking up from sleep, and that's between 4 to 8 hertz, around 7 hertz or whatnot. REM, theta waves are good. They're associated with visualization, trance, and dreaming. Also, subconscious thoughts, your subconscious mind, repressed emotions, and repressed memories. The alpha wave zone is between 8 to 12 hertz. That's where most people are. That's where I am right now, right? Just awake and happy, relaxed. It has to do with meditation, creativity, and relaxation. That's the yummy zone for most people. Beta waves are between 12 and 30 hertz. Beta waves are associated with alertness, concentration, and thinking. And gamma waves, which is where we're about to train with the assistance of ORMUS. Gamma waves have to do with insight, peak experience, and synchronization. So, since we're about to synchronize my left and right, the left and right hemispheres of my brain, I'm going to start now with a little ORMUS. Under the tongue. Now, here with Signet, we're going to choose our feedback, which is synchrony feedback. And you're going to start hearing some sounds and tones that are associated with the feedback. Not to worry. There you go. You can hear them now. Let me make sure my sound is good. Good. All right, now let's start to, I'm going to share this screen with you guys. Let me get rid of the brainwave frequencies chart. And we're going to move Signet over to here. Now, remember, when you hear the gongs are reward sounds. So at the moment you hear the gong, that's when both of the hemispheres of my brain, the left and right hemisphere, are oscillating together in synchrony with each other at the target frequency, which, as you can see, is 50 hertz. So let us begin. Now you can see my brain waves in the middle here. And you can see my left hemisphere and my right hemisphere, respectively. And I'm going to show you these graphs because I'd like you to notice and maybe make a comment when you notice the my brain waves actually change as a result of the ORMUS kicking in. Even though the graphs aren't coming up right now, but they will. Here we go. Now, of course, the screen that I'm looking at is the screen with the beautiful graphic moving. Now, just because you're watching me do neurofeedback doesn't mean that you can't hear another word from our sponsors.
Imagina un mundo donde encontrar tu próximo trabajo sea tan fácil como abrir una aplicación en tu teléfono. Labor Día está aquí para hacer esa visión una realidad, conectando a trabajadores jornaleros como tú con contratistas de construcción que necesitan empleados confiables. Ya sea que estés buscando trabajo hoy o planeando para mañana, Labor Día te da las herramientas para tomar el control de tu horario y asegurar oportunidades constantes. Con Labor Día, no tienes que esperar más en esquinas o depender de recomendaciones de boca en boca. En su lugar, tendrás acceso instantáneo a oportunidades de trabajo en tu área. Los contratistas publican la ubicación de sus sitios de trabajo junto con la tarifa que ofrecen y puedes confirmar tu asistencia a los trabajos que se ajusten a tus habilidades y horario. La integración GPS de la aplicación asegura que puedas encontrar el lugar de trabajo fácilmente, para que siempre sepas exactamente dónde ir. Una de las mejores cosas de Labor Día es su compromiso con la equidad y la transparencia. Todas las ofertas de trabajo muestran claramente la tarifa de pago, para que sepas desde el principio cuánto ganarás. El sistema de pago integrado en la aplicación, compatible con PayPal y Zelle, hace que recibir tu dinero sea simple y seguro. Olvídate de esperar cheques o de lidiar con efectivo. Tu dinero va directamente a tu cuenta. Labor Día también te da la oportunidad de construir tu reputación como un trabajador hábil y confiable. Los contratistas pueden calificar tu desempeño, ayudándote a destacar y a ser seleccionado para más trabajos. Pero no solo eso. Tú también puedes calificar a los contratistas, asegurándote de que proporcionen un entorno de trabajo seguro y justo. Este sistema de calificaciones mutuas ayuda a crear confianza y responsabilidad en ambos lados, haciendo de Labor Día una comunidad donde se recompensa el trabajo de calidad. Más allá de conectarte con trabajos, Labor Día está diseñado para apoyarte en tu carrera. Usa la aplicación para llevar un registro de tu historial laboral y tus pagos, lo que facilita manejar tus finanzas y planificar tu futuro. Y porque Labor Día está disponible en tu teléfono inteligente, puedes encontrar y asegurar trabajos en cualquier momento y en cualquier lugar, directamente desde la palma de tu mano. Labor Día es más que una aplicación, es tu aliado para el éxito. Entendemos los desafíos que enfrentan los jornaleros y estamos aquí para hacer que tu vida laboral sea más fácil, predecible y gratificante. Únete a Labor Día hoy y da el primer paso hacia un futuro más brillante y seguro. Las oportunidades están allí afuera y con Labor Día están al alcance de tu mano.
When the screen turns gray, that's an inhibit, and you can probably see that on the Signet screen. Thank you for the super chats. I'm going to get to the super chats when I finish training. Don't worry. I'm not going to forget about you. It's like hitting free throws. On the basketball court. All right. Well, I have kept you guys for 2 hours. So I think I'm going to bring this session to an end. Okay? I'm not going to do the full hour of neuro, because I'm sure you guys have had your fill. But you understand what it is that I'm doing now, and I appreciate that. Yes, from a subjective perspective, I do feel that I was able to hit the gongs more effectively, and that I was able to hit the reward, right, the gongs more effectively. I'm still gonging while I'm talking to you. With ORMUS. ORMUS does help the process of neurodendritic plasticity. Now, in order for me to explain that to you, let's hit the pause. And then stop. It's funny, it didn't show my graphs this time, but that's fine. I'm taxing my video card. Now, the neurofeedback paste, this is an electrolyte paste that is on my head. Electrolyte meaning it conducts electricity. Okay? Electrolyte conducts electricity, and dielectric is an insulator of electricity. So even though the gels that you use in a hospital are about the same color, green, turquoise or green, there is a very big difference between electrolyte gel and dielectric gel. Electrolyte gel is made to conduct, and dielectric gel is made to be an insulator to prevent the passing of electricity. And I'm going to finish cleaning my head, of course, after the end of this live session. But I want to thank everyone for watching. This has been the Peak Performance Protocol, Peak Performance Neurofeedback specifically. And I feel great. I really do. I feel great after every neurofeedback session. If you'd like to learn more about neurofeedback, you can always contact me. info@devinlockett.tv. or info@devinlockett.com, either one. Remember to subscribe to all of my channels, Devin Lockett, Devin Lockett Reactions, Devin Lockett Voodoo Child, and especially the Biomed RX TV channel here. I'm also on Rumble. I'm also on BitChute. I'm on all of the channels. I'm on all of the formats for video production. I really appreciate you guys joining me for this live. We've taken it from 2 p.m. until 4 p.m. and I can't express my gratitude enough. As always, I would like everyone to stay kind, because you know kind is the new sexy. In fact, kind is the only sexy. Stay blessed and stay healthy. I'm going to be going live again tomorrow, probably starting with another neurofeedback video early in the morning. I do those really early in the morning. And I will do the peak performance protocol, excuse me. Thank everybody for the super chats. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the comments, and thank you for the subs. I really do appreciate it. And yes, I'm going to be doing hybrid training, hybrid physical training, which of course includes running. As you can see, I ran the LA Marathon last March, and I'm going to be running the LA Marathon this coming March, hopefully a lot faster than I did this year. But I'm doing hybrid training, combining running with swimming, and then maybe I'll pick up a little bit more weightlifting and bodybuilding training after that. But neurofeedback, or EEG biofeedback, helps to pull it all together, helps to make it a more cohesive, well-rounded, full training, right? A complete peak performance training. Helps you get the best out of yourself, helps you live in a state of robust, good health, right? And neurofeedback is good. It's good for focus, concentration, sleep. It takes care of anxiety, stress, and depression. And when you reach the elite level, after thousands of hours of neurofeedback on your head, such as I have, I've been doing this for over 10 years now, then it helps you to reach the flow state, what we call the zone, right? At will. You're able to reach the state where your brain is functioning in the gamma frequency band, which is the unifying frequency band, problem solving, conflict resolution, ultra creativity, creative mode, while the body is relaxed. I've spoken about this on my other videos. So thank you for joining my channel today, and be sure to check out all of the videos on all of my other channels, because there's a wealth of information about neurohacking and consciousness hacking, brain training, physical training, elite athletic training, and all of that good stuff. Once again, stay kind, stay blessed, stay healthy. Remember that.